Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris Man. As always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. Today I'm going to title this video, and I've actually done another video like this before. And what I'm going to do moving forward, whenever I get, because the name of this video again is, this is the reason why this space is going back. This is number 2. I did one about 2 weeks ago. And whenever I get a guitar that don't meet my standards, it goes back. And I post a video to let you guys know why it's going back, because it's good to know things that, as far as your bass or any instrument, what you're looking for, and you look for the right things, and be on the lookout for things that are going to be a problem with the purchase of an instrument. This is a J Terser jazz bass, and those who follow my channel said that bass looks familiar. And you're right, I had a bass like this about a year and a half ago. J Terser is the same exact model. It sounded great, but the action was kind of creeping up on it, so I ended up having to sell it. But it was still playable. I just noticed, because I like my stuff loaded, it was kind of getting up there, so I parted with it. So I was looking for another one, and again, I was looking for this Pacific model, which is hard to find. So when I seen it online last week, I grabbed it immediately because I knew it wasn't going to hang around too long. So whenever I get a new guitar and do my first cover with it, I stick it up to the camera, let you guys see it. And this guitar feels great, sounds great, and the action's really low on it. And I just put brand new strings on it, which cost me $25. So, I stuck it up to the camera. And this, the first time this has ever happened, because usually when I get guitars in, I have to sell one to keep my number down as far as my collection. And usually, when I post them, people buy them within that day. I've had guitars leave within 10 minutes because I give you guys good deals, and I don't ship you out or sell you junk stuff that's hard to play or there's a problem with it and I haven't told you. None of that. I don't believe in that. I try to be honest, and I got a sense of integrity. And I'm like, I'm going to treat people in a manner that I hope that they treat me. So for the first time ever, when I did this cover and showed the guitar, I had immediately 2 people say, hey, when you go sell that guitar, because I want to buy it. So I had 2 people that did that, and the first guy said, well, if I sell it, because I'm going to keep it. Because usually when I put brand new strings on it, I'm going to keep it. So the first day it came, I put brand new strings on it, so I was going to keep it. So I told him, I said, I'm going to end up keeping this one, but if for some reason I change my mind, you'll be the first one to know, since you were the first one to inquire. So I started to play it, and I decided that I was going to sell it, because I was like, I got these other basses and they match up with this and actually got a little more bottom. So I emailed the guy and said, I think I'm going to sell it, and I promise you, you'll be the first one. And I sent that email out prematurely because I played it again, and I played this jazz song that kind of tests my chops and the tone of the guitar, and something kept sounding like it was off. I'm hitting the G. I'm like, I know that's what the guy's doing on the record. Maybe it's the G on the A string. So I'm like, no, that's too light and too bright. You got to be the one on the E. And I'm playing, I'm like, it's just for some reason, the note is not matching up. I pull out my tuner twice, and according to the tuner, it was tuned. And then I realized something, because I had that same problem with the same model guitar. And this only happens with my J Terser jazz bass copies. And I couldn't put my finger on it before, but now I realize what it is. I guess the term is called intonation. And for some reason, the J Terser jazz bass copies, not the guitars, because the guitars are great with the exception of the Maple Necks. Don't buy the Maple Necks because they just don't feel good as far as how they're set up. So I came to the conclusion that it's the intonation. And if I'm not mistaken, this is what it does. You hit the G, and for some reason, it's like it's kind of in between notes, because I'm like, I know it's not G sharp, I know it's not F sharp, has to be G. I'm hitting G all day long, it's just not locking, it sounds like it's off. And what I notice sometimes when I play this guitar and the other ones, that normally what's supposed to happen is when you just strike a note and it stays that note and it just slowly fades away as far as volume. But what I noticed when the intonation is really jacked, you hit that note, it's like a C, and then you just let it waver until it goes away, the tone or the sound, and then it starts to drop in note. And it doesn't supposed to do that. It's supposed to be the same note ringing out until it stops ringing, not hit a note and then you hear it dropping in tone, sometimes perhaps raising in tone. So I said to myself, I'm not a guitar tech. I'm not about to sell anybody anything that don't meet my standards and specifications. So I quickly emailed the guy and said, unfortunately, this is an update from my previous email. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to send this back to the seller. So therefore, I won't be able to sell it to you. Because again, I don't believe in passing on a guitar where there's something wrong with it. So I know now in the future, because I'm still big on Jay Tercer, but stay away from the Jay Tercer jazz copies. Because I remember when I had my first one, it was a white one. I did a cover of Earth, Wind & Fire or The Emotions, Don't Ask My Neighbor. Tone sounded great. I decided to sell it because I was kind of having that same problem. Like, those notes are kind of wavering, and this note should be here, and it's not. So I sold it, and I talked to the guy that I sold it to about a month later. He said, it sounds good, man. I said I had to take it to a guitar tech, and they took care of the intonation, and it was all good. So for some reason, these guitars have a serious intonation problem. Like I said, I'm playing, I'm like, I know I'm not off because I'm playing and hitting the notes I'm supposed to, and it's just not, the notes are not there. I'm like, this is off. Then I realized that's what it is. It's the intonation. So it's going back. As a matter of fact, I just shipped out the red guitar as I did a video on that one. The first, this is the reason why this bass is going back. This is the number 2 video of that, but I took that one back, dropped it off at the post office, or you should say UPS facility or drop-off center today, and this one's being packed up and shipped off tomorrow. I decided to send that one off today, so I won't have to be shipping off 2 Wagon 2 cases or boxes out here. So I got rid of that one today, the red one, and then this one's going back tomorrow. And it's unfortunate because, again, it feels good. The action is great, and it has a pretty good tone to it, pretty good weight. The neck feels good. There's no issues with the neck, but the intonation is off. I really don't know what causes that because I'm just a guitar player. I don't know that much about the technical aspect, and I don't want to. There's some people that want to be wood experts and they're electronic experts. I just want to be a player because that's what I am. If I decide to go into fixing them, then that's what I would have done. But I'm like, I got enough in my brain regarding playing these things. I don't need any more stuff in my brain as far as fixing them and putting, more pickups in it and changing up the pickups and all that stuff. I'm like, I'm not going through all that. That's not something that I want to do. And to each his own, and God bless the people that want to do that, but I just want to play them. And when they're not playing right, they go back. So I'm going to sign off now, but like I said, whenever I get one of these guitars that just don't meet my standards, I'm going to post a video for you guys so you can understand what to look for and what to avoid. Because again, I'm still big on Jay Tercer, their guitars, but I'm going to leave the jazz copies alone because every single one that I've had, as I think about it, have had that same problem, same intonation. I'm sitting here hitting notes, and I know it's the note, and I know it's the string that I'm supposed to hit for the note. It's not locking at all. So until next time, take care, and thanks for watching.